Good morning, students, and we are back again with the online classes. Now what's happened is that we have another two sums of exercise 1.2 to go through. Now the sixth one happens to be a fill in the blank, but there's a lot of understanding and concept understanding that goes into it before you understand what number has to be filled in the blank. Now what you will be doing is you will be writing number 6, fill in the blanks, you will write the statement, keep the blank there, do the working that I am showing you on the board. After doing the working and getting the answer, then you will fill in the blank. Because here the blanks to be filled in require working. You can just not do it mentally and give an answer, and that working has to be shown exactly under the sentence. So what we're targeting at is only understanding sum number 6 and 7. I am not going to do some exercise 1.3. The basic reason is because I don't want to mix up the concept of this exercise with that exercise. That exercise is going to be word problems, and for that I will be sharing one of my detailed videos with you where you will understand how those word problems are to be done. Now, as that I have learnt from your previous teachers who have taught you in class 5, all of you all know how to add, subtract, multiply and divide. By now everybody should be knowing how to do that. And therefore exercise 1.3 is based on addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. All the word problems are based on that only. So I will, in my video for Friday, will be discussing with you as to how the statements are to be formed. But the addition, the subtraction, the multiplication of the, or if there is also division, that will be done by you. I am not going to add or subtract for you. You all are big enough to do addition and subtraction by yourself. But yes, I am going to explain to you how the word problem works out. How do you form statements? How are the statements to be put? What number goes where? When is subtraction to take place? When addition is to be done? When multiplication is to be done? After you understood the concept, you will be adding, subtracting and multiplying and dividing by yourself. But that's for a later on period. That's your Friday video, which will be coming up in the due course of time. But what I'm here today to explain to you is sum number 6 and 7 regarding smallest and greatest digits. Now as you can see, I have put down a table for you. Now you have done sum number 5. After sum number 5, you have to draw this table in your notebook. After you have drawn this table in your notebook, it is only then that we will be going to sum number 6 and 7. 6, which is fill in the blanks, and 7 is a little difficult sum, which I will explain to you in detail as to how to get the answer. Now we will start with the smallest. We won't go into single digits. We will go into double digits. If the number of digits are 2, then which is the greatest number of 2 digits? It's 9 and 9, 99. And the smallest, as I told you, you have to put 1. I cannot start a number with 0, so I have to put 1, but immediately after 1 I can put 0. So if I am talking about a 2-digit number, in a 2-digit number, the largest of all 2-digit numbers is 99 and the smallest of all 2-digit numbers is 10. Let's go to the next one. Number of digits, 3. The largest 3-digit number is 999. 9's taken 3 times. And the smallest, I cannot again start my number with a 0, so I put 1, but 0 can come immediately after it and it becomes 100. So the greatest 3-digit number is 999 and the smallest 3-digit number is 100. Then I come to number 4. Here I will have 9999. Now because from hundreds we have worked into thousands, till hundreds there are no commas. We don't have commas till hundreds. The first comma that we put in any number starting from the right to left is after 3 digits. Now 110s happens to be, or 2-digit numbers happens to be 2 9s, 3-digit number happens to be 3 9s. I don't have to put any commas. The comma only happens after the number has formed into a 4-digit number. Then I can put a comma according to the Indian system of numeration. So here I will put a comma, 1, 2, 3, comma. So I know what my number is. My number is 9,999. The smallest 4-digit number, 1 with 3 zeros. And what is that number? 1000. So the largest of all 4-digit numbers is 9,999. And the smallest of all 4-digit numbers is 1000. Let's go to 5. 5 will have 5 nines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And put the comma here, it's 99,999. When I come to a 5-digit smallest number, so it will be 1 with 4 zeros. And I put the comma, it becomes 10,000. So 10,000 is the smallest 5-digit number, and 99,999 is the largest 5-digit number. Largest, smallest. Now, this table, the way I have made it, you can make it exactly the same way. You want to reverse, you want to put smallest here, greatest here. It's not going to make any difference as long as the numbers of the smallest remain under the smallest column and the numbers that are greatest remain under the greatest column. So you can switch columns if you want. You can first put the smallest and then the greatest, or first the greatest and then the smallest. Now I come to a 6-digit number. So 6 nines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I put the commas. 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, comma. So I get 9,99,999 is the largest 6-digit number. When I come to the smallest, it is 1, and because it says 6 digits, when I put 1, I am done with 1 digit. So I am left with another 5 digits. So I have to put 5 zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And put the commas. So the answer is 1 lakh. So 9,99,999 is the greatest 6-digit number, and 1 lakh is the smallest 6-digit number. Now I come to 7. That means 7 nines. So 99, 99, 999. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I put the commas according to the Indian system of numeration. So 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, comma. So this becomes 99 lakhs, 99,999. When I come to the smallest, 1. The moment I put 1, I am less with 1 digit. So now, from 7 take away 1, I am left with 6 digits. That means I have to put 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, comma. So 10 lakhs is the smallest 7-digit number, and 99 lakhs 99,999 is the greatest 7-digit number. Let's go one step ahead and make one for 8 also, since we have the space. So I will write 8, and now again I need to put 8 nines. So 9, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make sure when you are drawing this diagram in your notebook, you keep the columns big enough. This can be small because you can write 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a small space. But these numbers are going to go on increasing as you go from one step to the other, or from one set of digits to the other set of digits. So please keep these columns a little big, especially those who have big handwriting. Keep it a little big so that your number fits in, otherwise you'll be falling short of space. So 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, comma, 1, 2, comma. So my answer is, what did we have here? 99 lakhs. Here we will have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, comma, 1, 2, comma, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have written one extra. So I will get 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, comma, 1, 2, comma. Then it's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Please make sure you count correctly before writing the nines. So now this becomes 9 crores 99 lakhs 99,999. That is the greatest 8-digit number. Coming to the smallest, 1. The moment I write 1, that means now I am less of 1 digit. So now I have to put how many zeros? Because I have taken 1 already, so I have to put 7 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, comma, 1, 2, comma. So, units, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000, lakhs, 10 lakhs, crores. So, the smallest 8-digit number is 1 crore. Now, this entire column, this entire table has to be built and made by you. Try to make it only on one page so that it is neat. Keep your columns a little big so that all your numbers fit neatly. I am getting you to do this because a lot of sums are going to be related to these numbers and you need to know them. So it's better you have an exercise, or you can say a practice as to how you write your greatest and smallest digits. Now we will go on to sum number 6 of this exercise. Now sum number 6 says fill in the blanks. Now that instruction you have to write down. You have to write down fill in the blanks. Many of you are not doing that. You are not writing your instructions. You are directly doing the sums. You just can't do the sums directly. You have to write sum number 6, fill in the blanks, A. Then you write the smallest 5-digit number is dash. And I am giving you only the answer. So what is the smallest 5-digit number? Come to 5-digit number. The smallest 5-digit number is 10,000. So my answer is 10,000. Again, I am not writing what's written in the book. I am not writing what's written in the book. You have to write the entire sentence, put a blank, and then put that answer that I have given to you in that blank. B. The sum of the largest 4-digit number and the smallest 5-digit number is. Now you will write this entire statement in your notebook. You will write B. The sum of the largest 4-digit number and the smallest 5-digit number is, and blank or dash or a simple straight pencil line. Leave it. After that, when you've written that sentence, and you will write the answer, which I will show how you get it. But this working has to be under that statement. I hope you've understood. When you've written sentence B, suppose I am the student, I write B, I write the sum of the largest 4-digit number and the smallest 5-digit number is, and you write the answer that I'll be getting just now. But the working that I'm putting just now for B has to go under statement B. You have to put the working under the statement. You then don't just write the answer and jump to the part C sentence and start writing. This working that I'm going to show you for B has to be under statement B. So write the statement, write the answer in the statement. What I'll do is I'll write it on the board and I will show you. Suppose I am the student. So I write B. The sum of the largest 4-digit number, the sum of the largest 4-digit number and the smallest 5-digit number, and the smallest 5-digit number is, and then you have a blank space. So you have to write all of this. I have written it so that you do not get confused. This one you will write and put a blank and write the answer. I am not writing that. But this I have written it to show you exactly what has to be done. You have to write the statement, you have to put the blank, and then you have to do the working. So here comes the working. They've asked to find the sum. What does sum mean? Sum means add. The largest 4-digit number and the smallest 5-digit number. So I write largest 4-digit number dash or arrow, and they've asked us smallest 5-digit number. So smallest 5-digit number and arrow. Now what is the largest 4-digit number? Come here, largest 4-digit number 9,999. 9,999. And the smallest 5-digit number. Smallest 5-digit number. 5-digit number, smallest is 10,000. Now I have to put this 10,000 under this 9,999. Remember, the 1 will come in the empty space. I can't put the 1 here because this is 9,000. Under 9,000 will come 0. So that this is 9 and this is 10,000. So 9,999 plus 10,000 gives me 9, 9, 9, 9 plus 0, 9 and 1. 19,999. Now when I've got this answer 19,999, this 19,999 now comes in the fill in the blank. So that's how you have to do this particular fill in the blank has to be done this way. Come to part C. Part C says, in the greatest 6-digit number, the digit at the hundredths place is. Here I am just writing the answer, you will write the statement by yourself. So it says, in the greatest 6-digit number, the digit at the hundredths place. Greatest 6-digit number. Greatest 6-digit number. 6-digit number, greatest 6-digit number. Which number is at the hundredths place? Now whether take it units place, tens place, hundredths place, thousands place. In all the places, which number is in the hundredths place or any other place is number 9. So the answer is 9. But you will write the statement, write a blank and then write 9 in it. You will not just write C and 9 like Sir has done. I am giving the solution, but you have to write the entire fill in the blank statement from the exercise. Today I am giving very less work. The explanation is going to be more in detail, so you might run out of time to finish up the work before you go for your next module or your next session or period, that is at 9:30. That's why I am spreading out the work that much that you can finish within 20-25 minutes. But blanks, fill in the blanks, the entire statement has to be written. Don't be lazy just to write C and the answer. No, you'll write the statement and in the blank you'll write the answer 9. D says, in the smallest 6-digit number, the digit in the tens place. In the smallest 6-digit number, the digit in the tens place. Smallest 6-digit number. Smallest 6-digit number. They have asked both greatest 6-digit number and smallest 6-digit number. So the smallest 6-digit number is here. Units, tens, 100,000, 10,000, lakhs. They've asked us which number is or which digit is in the tens place. In the tens place, which digit do we have? We have 0. And that's the answer. Now, what I am going to explain to you, I need your undivided attention. That means you have to pay very careful attention to understand this last sum of this exercise, that is 1.2, which is difficult to understand. It is difficult to understand, but once you have understood it, there's no way that you will not get the concept right. Now you look into your book. I hope you're doing that diligently and honestly. Otherwise, you're not going to get what I am teaching. Just looking at the video is not going to help you. You have to look at the video and follow me along with your textbook. Now it says, sum number 7, how many 3-digit numbers are there between the number 99 and 3000? I am putting a box out here so that I can use my entire working here to show you what do they mean. They are saying, let's take numbers from 99 right up till the number 3000. And they are asking you, how many 3-digit numbers are there? How many 3-digit numbers are there right if you start counting from 99 to 3000? Now do you think that you are going to start counting from 100, then 101, 102, 103, 104, 105 and go up to 3000 to find out how many 3-digit numbers are there? It's not going to be possible. It is not going to be possible. That way you will never finish. So this is a tricky question. So how do you find out how many digits are there, how many 3-digit numbers are there between 99 and 300? 99 and 3000. Now they've given you a trick question. They've asked you 3000. But is 3000 a 3-digit number? No, it is a 4-digit number. Is 2000 a 3-digit number? No, it's a 4-digit number. Is 1000 a 3-digit number? No. It is a 4-digit number. So the last 3-digit number that we know is 999. So I don't have to count till 3000. They have written 3000 to confuse you. So you have to find only till 999. You have to find out how many 3-digit numbers are there till 999, because after 999 comes 1000. And 1000 is not a 3-digit number. 1000 is a 4-digit number. They have given you till 3000. They would have written 1 crore. Are you going to count till 1 crore? No, you're not going to count till 1 crore. Because I know that all my 3-digit numbers are only till the number 999. Because after 999, the next number becomes 1000, and 1000 is a 4-digit number. So, how many? I have my 3-digit numbers till 999. 3-digit numbers are from, now 3-digit numbers are from which number? Which is the first 3-digit number? The first 3-digit number is 100. The first 3-digit number is 100. The very first 3-digit number that I come across is 100. Because before 100 is 99, and 99 is a 2-digit number. So my first 3-digit number is 100, and my last 3-digit number is 999. Now understand this very carefully. It is a little tricky question, but nothing to worry, you will understand what I am trying to say. So they have told you to 3000 just to confuse you, nothing else. Because 3000 is a 4-digit number, but they are telling me 3-digit number. And my 3-digit numbers are only till 999. And that too they start from 100, not from 1. Because from 1 to 9 is single digit. From 10 to 99 is 2-digit. It is from 100 to 999 is 3-digit numbers. So do you think you're going to sit and count from 100 to 999? No. You will never finish this sum. So what I have to do is, till 999, the digits are 3-digit numbers. Now from those 3-digit numbers, if I take away all the 2-digit numbers and single-digit numbers, so single-digit and 2-digit numbers are from 1 to 99. So all my single-digit numbers and double-digit numbers, that means 1 to 9 is single-digit number, 10 to 99 is double-digit number. So all my single and double-digit numbers are from 1 to right up till 99. After 99, everything changes. The moment I add 1, it becomes 100. It becomes a 3-digit number. So I have to count from 100 till 999. But why do I have to count from 100 till 999? I know that all my single and double digits are till 99. So from 999 numbers, if I start from 1 and go to 999, how many numbers have I counted? 999 numbers. Now from those 999 numbers, I take away all the single digit number and 2-digit numbers. How many single digit numbers are there? 1 to 9. How many double digits are there? From 10 to 99. And both single and double, they are from 1 to 99. So from all my 3-digit numbers, I take away all my single and double digit numbers. How many 3-digit numbers? 999. Till 999 I have 999 numbers. Now from that I take away all the single digit number and double digit number. How many single digit numbers and double digit numbers I have? 99. So from 999, if I take away all the single and double digit numbers, what is my answer? 900. So the answer is 900. There are 900 3-digit numbers between the number 99 and between the number 3000. Now this is written 3000. I can make it 10,000. I can make it 10 crores. I can make it 1 lakh. I can make it whatever number I want. but still the answer will be 900 only. So that is all for today. Make sure that you complete these two sums into your notebook in a neat fashion, exactly the way I have told you to. This particular sum B, will have explanation and then the answer. Others will have sentence blank answer, sentence blank answer. And this is sum number 7. This you have to write everything that I have written here and show the working and say how you got the answer. From all the 3-digit numbers, take away all single and double digit numbers. You'll come to know how many 3-digit numbers are there in total. There are 900 3-digit numbers in total. Do take very good care of yourself, and when we meet next, that is on Friday, I will be uploading the next video that will be the word problems on addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Do take very good care of yourselves, look after yourselves and be of some help to your parents. Bye.